Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to change out a rack and pinion assembly on a 2008 Toyota Sienna Minivan Camper. This I've been putting it off for a while. I'm going to get it done today, so let's check it out. So before you even attempt to disconnect anything, there's a couple things that you have to do. First is remove this this is a sway bar link. There's one on this side and one on the other side. There's a nut that holds this together. Okay, you have to loosen this up in order to move this out of the way to get to the bolt head on this side. Let me see, you can see it. See that bolt head right there? Yeah, I had one heck of a time loose. You can see I kind of like butchered it up with the impact wrench right there. But the next time I'm gonna put it on, oh, don't ever try to loosen it up on this side. Let me show you why it won't work on this side. Let me zoom it back out here. See that nut right there? That side? If you try to loosen it up, it will not work because it's locked with this. I'm gonna show you. Wow, that's a long bolt, long nut. See how it's locked? There's a little groove that will fall in. Yeah, it looked like it's rusted really good in there. That's why I didn't want to come out on this end. It's rusted on this side. Yeah, it's gonna lock on you. So you cannot loosen up on this side because of this little nut that lock in here. You will break your socket. So you have to loosen up on this side with that head right there. That guy there. All right. So on one side, I was able to use the impact gun to loosen up the bolt on the right side, but then on the left, this is not doing me any good. So I ended up having to buy this swivel ratchet, which it ended up able to break loose the other one on the left. Very tight. So it's a $36 tool. I'm not gonna keep it. I'm just gonna return it. Since I'm tightening up, I'm gonna use regular ratchet to tighten up. Remember when I was talking about the sway bar that disconnect at the other end? These are the two bushing that you have to remove from here. There's two bolts that will go from the top down and attach to that. Cause that way it give you more room to be able to get access to the nut up here. I'm not sure you can see. Let me turn on the light on. You see that nut right there? That's one there. There's another one over here. Yeah, right there. Yeah, you have to loosen it up on this side. I was able to use the impact wrench to loosen it up here, but not on this side though. This side is a little bit tougher. So I ended up using that little swivel ratchet to get it loosened up. Of course, it was a little bit rust here. That's why it's so hard to come out. All right, next up, I'm gonna remove a few other things, and I will show you exactly what they are instead of make you watch me removing them. All right, this bolt that will hook it up here. There's another. Let me see if I can find it. Right there, it's a little ratchet there. There's a nut that will hold it down there. Can see it right now, but that's what you need to remove to loosen up this this tubing. The next step is to remove these hoses here. Yeah, you have to remove this from the assembly itself. Also, I have to remove the. See, there's a little nut up here. I will bring you outside and show you where I'm disconnected from the shaft there. Well, welcome back. It's the next day. It took me half a day to take it out because I have some issue with taking out one of the bowl and a few other things, which when you're working, you know, under this kind of condition, let me show you. So normally this job calls for about 3 hours, which if you have an ideal condition with the proper stand that you can stand and do all the work, but since I'm doing laying down, everything takes 3 times longer to do the job. So it is what it is, right? But I'll be saving hundreds of dollars if I do this myself. So let me show you exactly what's going on under there. Right now it's a mess. That's why I stopped last night. I'm gonna have to clean this up before I go under there and put a new rack and pinion assembly. I will show you, I will compare the two of them and show you what needs to be done before you put it in. Okay, so here's the new part. Like I said, it's always important to compare the new part with the old part. Make sure they look the same. See the hole right here for the mounting brackets, same. Over here, same thing. You got a little mounting stud right here, and it look almost the same. And one more important thing is I bought this with a kit that come with this. They call it outer control arm. So you got to make sure it's on the right side. This is for the right, which is you looking forward. If you sit in your car looking out, that's the right is on this side and the left is on this side. All right. So I lay it out the way it is in the vehicle. That it came out where the control, the steering wheel connect to this control valve, and the left is on this side. So this one will say left too. You can see the L right there. That's left. I'm not gonna hook up the control arm, so it'll make it easier to slide in and out. Here you can see that when I took it out, I didn't want to go through the trouble, but it's important to leave this too. You see how many thread there is? So I'm gonna leave it alone, so that way when I install a new one, I will try to match it with the same number of thread. Right now this is about 12 on this side, and it's about 13 on this side. Yeah, this is very important part. So that way at least it's close to what the alignment is for the front. Of course, I will take it to the alignment place to do alignment to have it proper align, but at least it's close enough for me to drive there. All right, let's go under and take a look what's under there. All right, so I had to move. Let me see if I can see this here. Move the light a little bit to see where the control arm will hook up to. See that control arm right there? Yeah, see the one I'm looking at? Right there with the little blue sticker. That's the control arm. Steering wheel to hook it up to the control arm, control valve. So I disconnect that. There's a little bolt. You can see there's a little bolt there. I put it right back there. So instead of make you go through watching me take it out, I'm just gonna do a little time lapse, put it back in. That way, pretty much the same way, but it's reverse order. All right, I took it out, clean it up a little bit, nice and clean. This is where the bracket hooking up to. Let's see right here. See the bracket there? The 2 bolt go in there. So right now I'm gonna put the nail in it in from there. Kind of have to wiggle around, work my way through this. All right. Well, I try to do a time lapse while I'm working it. It doesn't work well, so what I did is I hooked this connection here. This hooking up to the steering wheel to the control valve. So I thought I left my bolt here and now it's not there, so I don't know where it went, so I have to look for that. But now that it's slide in, and you can see you have to kind of meticulously do this a certain way, because this has to be straight here. If it doesn't, you have to keep try an arrow to line it up, because you do not want it to be crooked. Because the way it was made is you know, to be hooked up like that. So I gotta find that bolt somehow. It's probably dropped somewhere down here. But anyway, and then after that, I went ahead, because that give me room to wiggle to put that in before I put these two bolts in. There's one on this side and there's one on the other side. Way over there somewhere. Not sure you can see it, but it's on the other side. I'm sure that I will show you when I get over there. It's on the other side. So right now I'm barely hand tied it. The next thing I do is I'm gonna hook up the hydraulic line under there. I will bring you up when I'm done hooking it up. Because there's a certain step that you have to do in sequence in order to get this to work. So one important note is you have to tighten this one first, this tube here. Yeah, this one, before you attempt to put the little nipple here to the top part of this. Otherwise, you won't have room to tighten up that nut completely. So you have to do that first before you put this in. And then you can connect that this tube here to it. All right, I bring you back when I hook it up. Okay, so after I hook this mess up, it take a while for me to put that clamp on that top hose right there. It's really pain in the butt, but I got it in. Then I went ahead, installed the sway bar mount over here, one over here. There should be another one over here, right there. Let me see, focus here. So there's two bolts on its side will hold it down. And now I hook up on the outside where the external arm is, and then I just have to tighten up this bolt here. Ooh, I can't even see it. Oh, I think I messed up. So I shouldn't have tied this down. I had to tighten that bolt before I tied this down. Oh well. So I was lucky I was able to tighten those bolt with this set of ratchet and extension and a 19 socket right here. So that's a 19mm socket bolt, and on the other side the nut is 17mm. So yeah, it's preferably you tighten this up before those two bolts before you put those sway bar bolt in. Let me see where the sway bar. See the sway bar? These bolts? Yeah, you tighten those nuts first before you tighten this down. Well, I already did it, so I was lucky I was able to get away, tighten it up without having to remove it again. Let's see here. See the nut right there? That's a 17mm. Should be another one on this side. If I can find it. It's probably hidden down here somewhere. Lower. Maybe not. Anyway, there's two of them. So I already tightened down the joint right here. So kind of estimate this right now the same way, 13 on this side, 14 on the other side, and then I fill up the reservoir, and then I'm gonna start and bleed it out. So there are two reasons why you need to run and bleed before you even attempt to put everything back. Took almost a quart to fill up, and also you run to bleed and to check for leak. So right now we have no leak at the connection right there. Bone dry. You can see there's no leak in there. No leak in there. Nothing came down. No leak on this side. Nothing is binding. You see how this sway bar is wrapping around it. So when this thing moves in and out, there should be no binding whatsoever. Check all your connection. Well, this job is done. Well, this is the hardest job I ever did. Even harder than the timing bell. Because, you know, I have to work under the vehicle with not very good condition. Because I'm on my back. Sometimes I need tool. I have to crawl back in and out hundreds of times. So this job is not for a novice or intermediate DIYer, you know. Maybe you should save the money and have somebody else do it, because they have proper stand to jack it all the way up and stand doing it. It's much easier that way. I think I invest total about $100 worth of tool. So the part itself is $230 something, and a lot of time. So yeah, it took me almost 2 days. Not completely 2 days, but you know, like maybe 10 hours total instead of 3, because how I work under there. But it is a learning experience, and I don't think I will ever changing out a rack and pinion assembly ever again. It's too much work. It's better option to have somebody else do it, you know, pay the money and get them to do it. All right, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.